introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your business. Go ahead and give yourself a little plug, and then tell us what we're trying to accomplish in today's call.
My name is Chris Stinson. Company's name is the Cast Group, and I focused on recruiting for software sales professionals. So
Nice.
main niche.
Cool, nice, man. Yeah, lots of software sellers using the platform ourselves. So good deal. All right, tell us a little bit about what we're looking to accomplish in today's call. Did you have some questions? What have you heard about video so far, or is there anything specific you'd like to cover?
I'm sure you probably know David Stephen Patterson.
Yep.
He's always touting Dubb. I've always been one of these people that I wouldn't say I don't like video. I just, it's just like anything else. It's like you don't like the look of yourself. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
You get it. But essentially, I kind of feel like this is something that I need to do from a prospecting perspective. Getting more relationship building, because there's not a whole lot of face-to-face meetings going on anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it helps in regards to getting your face out there and your company name out there. If people can actually see your face and your expressions, then they're going to be more comfortable with you when you talk to them.
You got it. Yeah, recruiting, just like a lot of other businesses that rely on video as a form of prospecting, it's based on trust.
Yeah.
It's based on that impression and knowing you have a reputation. And a lot of those things can be built much quicker through video than really any other channel besides meeting and face-to-face, which you mentioned is few and far between.
Yes.
Okay. So what we'll do is, like I said, we definitely have a ton of other recruiters using the platform. David, you mentioned. And so what I'll do is kind of share some of the things that they're doing. I'll ask you some questions along the way, and we'll do a little demo with some questions and cover some best practices. So let's get into it. Cool. So I'm going to share my screen here. All right. The first thing, what I'm going to kind of cover here, you're relatively new to video, you said, right? So new tool to you, right?
I've used Loom a little bit, but the free.
Okay. Cool. So we have some similarity with Loom. So I'll kind of jump in and explain how ours works. Part of it's a Loomish, so I'll show you that. All right. First thing is the creation. So we're really an all-in-one platform. Loom's like a pretty cool screen recorder. So we have one section of that, but the rest of it is, hosting videos on websites, how we're distributing these videos, and most importantly, what these videos look like when we're sending them through. Because, you can send a little raw video file in a million different ways, but it's kind of like when you're sending a postcard or an email, or there's other elements there that make that more effective. Like when you send an email, you have a signature, you have an intro, you have links, things like that to make the email more effective. And video is no different. So we don't want to just send over a raw video file. It will have some effect, but not nearly the effect that we can get when we're getting the most out of it. So that's what Dubb does really well, is customize these videos for the intention we want them to accomplish. So,
gotcha.
All right. The next thing is the distribution. So videos through any channel, text message, LinkedIn, emails, CRMs. We can do broadcasts and automations, kind of jump into some of that. So let's start with the creation of the videos. We can create these videos just about any way we want. There's a really cool mobile app, which can allow you to start videos. You can face this way. You can add text. You can add music. You can add emojis. You can flip the camera around, pause it. Lots of real-time editing. So if you want to do something fun like a walk and talk, then you can do that from the mobile. Those are really cool for, creating personality, creating trust. It's not always about just sitting in front of a webcam or in an office.
Right.
We're just doing a walk and talk where we have maybe some valuable information. Let me ask you this. Are you vertical specific? Like what are you recruiting in one space? What does that look like for you?
No, it's mainly the software sales space. It's a lot of those are interchangeable.
Like SaaS or just software, like enterprise in general.
Right. Again, there's a lot of people or companies out there that want people that have industry specific. But
that's what I was asking. If you had anything like maybe some contacts in a specific vertical or some candidates in a specific vertical, like if you specialize is all I was asking.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because that's what will, just being in software sales specific is a specialization in itself by all means. But, within that, there's also, maybe I said, some specific things you can do. So when we're creating these videos, like I said, we got a mobile app. There's also a Chrome extension. And you see this little Dubb icon right here. Actually, it's probably too small. Let me maximize that here. You see the little Dubb button right there where my mouse is?
Yep.
That is the screen recorder. So this is really cool for when we're trying to break through on the employer side of things, or even candidates sometimes. What we'll do, like on LinkedIn, you're active on LinkedIn, right?
Yes.
So say if where I'm trying to prospect Nick here, he has a bunch of job opportunities for me that I want to have some candidates get in. When I reach out to him, I would use the Chrome extension and actually create the video there. So the first frame of the video is going to be something of his. I can turn my little webcam on there. It can be a profile picture, whichever one of those. Excuse the dog working from home today.
No problem.
Anyway, so when we're here on the screen, actually I have to minimize this guy. The Chrome extension will allow me to create a video right from this page so that I've already actually created a little sample video of this. You can see it right here. It's the thumbnail of the video is his LinkedIn profile,
right,
which is typically something more interesting than our face.
Yeah.
So when we're really trying to break through some noise, we want to get their attention. That's generally what we're going to want to do. It doesn't have to be their LinkedIn. It can be, anything, but we want it to be something of theirs. So they're going to recognize it and think, oh, what's in it for me? Something because it's about me.
Sure.
So here's the way these videos look like in different channels as well. Because that's also going to be determined how we're creating the video. So in an email, are you more active on email or LinkedIn, or would you say both?
Probably both.
Okay. So in an email, it's going to look like that. You get a little animated preview. It's a 3-second GIF. So if you want to annotate that, there is a little annotation tool built into the screen recorder. I forgot to show you that. So if you want to do things like going over a candidate's resume or going over a job listing, like the qualifications for it, or anything where you're providing a visual, that's what we use the screen recorder for, as well as prospecting. So you can, do line for line and say, look, this candidate has all 3 of these bullets that you wanted. So right. Some interesting things you can do there. The other thing is, we were talking about what these look like in the email. So that's what it looks like in a regular email. In LinkedIn, it will be just a little bit different. So it will be a still thumbnail image.
Okay.
Let's see if I can pull one of these up. I don't know why it's not pulling up my messages here. There we go. Okay, so it looks like this here. So you will see the link to the Dubb video and then also the still thumbnail image. So yeah, just a little bit different than it shows up in email. And you'd want to be aware of those little differences so you know what's going to show up on there.
Gotcha.
There is direct integration with LinkedIn as well, which covers the other way we can create these videos. So we talked about the mobile app. We talked about the screen recorder, which I should turn off. And then right here within LinkedIn as well, there's that Dubb icon. If you give it a click, it gives you access to your library of existing videos. So you can take anything you've already recorded and insert it. And then I can also record a brand new video there as well. And that will be inserted into that email.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's what the LinkedIn integration looks like. What email system are you usually using?
Gmail.
Gmail? Okay, perfect. So we do have direct integration there, and it works just about the same way as it does in LinkedIn. So little Dubb icon here at the bottom. Sorry, my screen's in the way. Gives you access to your library of existing videos, and you can record a brand new one, check on activity reporting, and things like that. So those are the ways we'd probably create the videos, either from your mobile app, screen recorder, or through the add-ons in Gmail or LinkedIn. That's how you'd actually record the videos. Now, I talked earlier about how to customize the videos. So one is what the video looks like in the email itself or in the LinkedIn message, and then what it looks like when they actually click it. So in LinkedIn, it's a still thumbnail with the link. They can click on either of those. And now, as I showed you in, sorry, two new windows open here. What it looks like in the email is the GIF. We can put their first name on it. And now when they click this, either the image or the button or the link from social media, it's going to take them back to a video page, really similar to this, except for we want it to be all your own stuff.
Gotcha.
So your logo, your URL, custom background. And the most important elements of these pages is actually right here in this section, because when we're using these videos, it is to get people to take a specific action or because we want to create a certain impression. Usually the action, sometimes just impressions, but it's usually something very specific. And that's what we really want to set this page up, is to get them to take that action or to get that impression. So for example, this video here is set up for an inbound lead. You know, someone raised their hand and say, hey, I'm interested in what you guys have to offer. And then we send this video as a response, and we're saying, hey, we'd love to help you out. I'm going to help you out for free. This first video here is what we call an irresistible offer. So for your space, it might be something different, like, hey, I'd love to, you know, discuss. Actually, no, yours isn't as important like that. Yours is more less general and more specific, like about a specific job opportunity with a specific candidate.
Yeah.
But it's all done by appointment, right? Like you do spend some time on the phone with people to build that relationship. Yeah. Are you using a scheduling software right now, like a Calendly or Acuity or anything?
Calendly, yes.
Okay, cool. So definitely want to get that button on there. That's for your low-hanging fruit. You know, that's for anyone that is ready to chat right off the bat. So they, you know, either warmed up to your view from your video, or you have a previous conversation, or for whatever reason, they're ready to go. But the other elements here are for those people that aren't quite there. So social proof is a huge thing here. Case studies, success stories. You know, for your thing, it might be one of both, something from the employer side and something from like a candidate side.
Right.
So, what do you have like that right now? Any kind of social proof you can leverage?
That's funny. I was actually having a conversation with somebody today, and I was like, you know, I need to get some videos or some testimonials or something that I can use. And as far as social proof, I have people that I could call and say, hey, can you do this for me? I just haven't done it. So
awesome.
It's kind of spurred me on to do that.
Right. Well, check it out. We have an awesome way for you to make the most of that. So this little button right here, it's a feature of Dubb's. It's for collecting video testimonials. So the person on the other end, they don't have to download or sign up or install anything. They just click, and it's going to allow them to send you a video from their mobile or their desktop. Just be aware, it doesn't work with Safari right now. So if they're on the iPhone, they would either have to use a different browser or just go to their desktop. Gotcha. So just be aware, it only doesn't work with Safari. Everything else, though, shouldn't be a problem. And it's a super simple way. They don't need to do anything, sign up, just click one button, and then that they send you that video, and then it's over here for you to download. You can put it on here as a playlist, which I was going to show you in a second right here. You can also embed it on like a website or a landing page or whatever you have. So really easy way to collect that video testimonial. The other thing is written reviews. Do you have anything like that currently built up? Like maybe some reviews on your LinkedIn page or your own personal website, anything like that yet?
Yeah, I mean, I have some of those.
Okay. So what we could do also is put a button which goes to those reviews wherever they might be hosted.
Sure.
For LinkedIn, it's a little bit harder. You can't really go straight to the reviews. You know, it's just going to take you to your LinkedIn page, which isn't terrible. I mean, if you've done a decent job with that LinkedIn page, it will give them there. But sometimes it's nice. Like this button here takes you straight to our like testimonial videos from other happy clients. Gotcha. So that's more of a direct link. And we do want to be really respectful with their time and attention and things like that. So when we click a button, it's nice for it to take them where we expect it to. Wow. The idea with the social proof though here is, like I mentioned, vertical specific. So for yourself, I'm sure that the testimonials or the stories you collect will be from your industry, software sales. So you're already off the right foot there in being in that niche. So that way, everything on your page here. The other thing, as I mentioned, is this playlist. So when we're reaching out to somebody like an employer on LinkedIn, we're really trying to break through to Nick here. We create that first video where I say, hey, Nick, I just wanted to reach out to you for X. You have your value proposition. You have a specific reason why you're reaching out to him.
Right.
And what we want to do is just be really short and compelling. What's the most interesting thing you can say to this guy to want to listen to more of what you have to say.
Right.
So of course, we don't drag on for 2 or 3 minutes in this first video and say, hey, Nick, I wanted to tell you everything about myself and my life story and everything right in the first one. Not in that first one. What we do in that very first video is really short and sweet, just like this one. It says about 18 seconds. Maybe if you have more information on them, which consists of a 30 or 60 second, like you have some previous history conversation or anything, by all means, include that.
Sure.
But if not, just keep it short and really punchy in that first video on their LinkedIn, on their personal web profile. And then what you do is you tag on the bulk of what you have to say. Because there is the majority of what you have to say about yourself and your recruiting business and your history and your experience is the same thing you're going to say to most people, right?
Sure.
And that's what you take a video of. You can actually, the cool part of that is you can have some production added to it. So you see here we have some text overlay and things like that. So if you wanted to have a little bit more of a produced video, you can combine that with a custom video.
Gotcha.
historically, what people were having to do to get this is they would have to create 2 separate videos. They'd have to go into like an iMovie and splice these clips together and then re-upload them. And it's just like a nightmare. But with this feature, we can really get the best of both worlds. So we can create 10, 20, 30 of those custom videos on their LinkedIn or on their website in a matter of 10 or 15 minutes.
Sure.
And the rest of this stuff is all just like a little puzzle. You just tack it on there after the main video is built. So that's what we recommend in terms of being efficient, but also being really powerful with custom outreach.
Gotcha.
That first one is there, very short, and then the second one comes on there. A couple of things we can do with that. One, as I mentioned, is that explainer video. You're like, hey, I have 15, 20 years of experience in this industry, or, whatever your value proposition is, your story.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to that, a testimonial video goes really good here. And again, depending on who we're reaching out to, if we're reaching out to the employers, it'd be nice to have a testimonial video from the employer side of things.
Sure.
Whereas if we're trying to, build up our roster of candidates, it'd be maybe nice to have a story from both, because they want to know you got jobs. That's first and foremost. But then they also want to know that you take care of your clients or your candidates. So
absolutely,
that I would say is really one of the most important aspects of using video, is just making sure these pages are set up the right way. Because if we did the hard work, is just getting them to click, getting them to start to consume the information. And so if they've done that step of getting, which, it's not a lot, it's pretty easy. It's just clicking. It's not like we're asking them to read a paragraph, just click a button. And so once we've gotten them to do that, though, we want to make sure we have the best chance to get them to make that impression that we want, or to get them to take the action.
Absolutely.
Next thing is the CTA buttons down here. They can be programmed to do anything we want. So like, this is a calendar integration. We can put your Calendly there. We can have them fill out a form, download an attachment. They can visit a website or a link of any kind. And then, as I mentioned, that video testimonial feature as well.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's kind of what we recommend. You'll see here is actually it's kind of respective to a sales funnel. It's like, this is the bottom of the funnel, people ready to close.
Gotcha.
This one here is for like the middle bottom of the funnel, the people that just need to get over that hump. They're interested, but maybe they're not quite ready to book. That's the social proof. And then you have people that are very top of funnel. They're like, okay, this sounds interesting, but I need to learn more. Sure. So they're going to attend the webinar. And so some breakdown of that would work well for most of these pages. For across all our clients, the social proof is the most clicked button. So, then that makes sense. That's the middle, right? That's where most people are at. So there's some people will be ready to book. Others, what do you have right now in terms of top of funnel? You would say, like, we have this video, say we prospected somebody and they're interested, but they're not quite ready for a call. What would you have in terms of them to consume, like something for them to do? Is it a website? Is it another, like a success story? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple articles on LinkedIn. I post pretty regularly on LinkedIn. My articles are also on my website as well too. So that would be something I could definitely use.
Yeah, perfect. So like an article is exactly top of funnel, high level, and maybe have like an MVP article, something really good. Then that's what you put behind the button. And then we put some scarcity or some language on the button to make it seem like this is something they want. This is important.
Absolutely.
Cool. So, okay, we've talked a little bit about the customization of these pages now. We first talked about the creation of the videos themselves. Now we've talked about how to make them look good in 2 ways. One is look good in the email or in the LinkedIn message. Like I said, this one's not great. It's just my face. We can do better than that. But one, we have their LinkedIn, something of theirs on the message. So we talked about making these thumbnails look pretty. And then we also talked about making the video pages themselves not only look good by putting our own branding, our own color scheme and things like that, but more importantly, having them be set up for what we're trying to accomplish.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So now then ultimately the last thing is the distribution. So through LinkedIn, I kind of showed you we have that add-on. You can send it right through messages. We can send them through connection requests. We can send them in comments as well. So if I come on here and I want to comment, Dubb icon's there as well. So
you can do that through the comments too. Huh?
Yeah. So LinkedIn everywhere. And then through Gmail, you have your Gmail add-on shortcut there. And then, of course, you can text message these videos as well. So if you want to use either your cell phone to text them out as you normally would, or you could use a service like Google Voice to send the text messages from your desktop.
Gotcha.
And then lastly, we have some in-house sending capabilities. which are some campaign features. So say if you want to send a video to a whole list of people, like 50 or 100 or however many, you could do that right here from Dubb as a little campaign tool, where here's an example of an email we sent to 16,000 people. So you can blast people like that, and it gives you really detailed analytics. It's going to show you who clicked, who watched, who did what. You can also build out automations. So like a little drip sequence of emails that has videos in them. So like if you're tired of chasing someone, you just want to put them into a drip and have them get emailed automatically.
Yeah.
You can do that right here in Dubb as well. So that is the distribution channels. I mean, of course, there's also some ways you can share right to social media. Like I can hit share and I can put this right as a Facebook post. I don't recommend that as LinkedIn because you want to upload natively as an MP4 to LinkedIn.
Yeah, right.
But it's so that it's seen by more people. But all those options are here available for you. In addition to distributing the videos through text or social media or email or whatever, we can also, I was going to say, put these on your website. So if you have, we collect some of those testimonials, you want to put a good one on your website. It's cool because it's better than using like a YouTube or a Vimeo because you get your CTA buttons displayed on top.
Right.
If you want someone to take action right from an embedded video, you can do that. There's also this widget style video, which is cool because your business is personal, and so if you put a little video of you on a website, it's saying, "Hey, welcome to the site. Thanks so much for visiting. You can click here for this, click here for that, and I'm looking forward to helping you out with your recruiting needs or whatever you can say." But both those video options or embedding options are available with every video you upload. So that is kind of like its own service in itself, the hosting options. And that's the other way we distribute the videos. So text, email, social, and then embedding and campaigns and automations as well. Cool. So I think we've covered everything that the platform can do. We talked about creation, customization, and then distribution. And then now what we do as a company and as a service is provide coaching to wrap all this together to make sure that you have zero kind of questions. We make sure that you know exactly what you're doing. Things like video length, script type, call to actions, branding, and then how to distribute these. All that stuff we make sure that is taken care of. We kind of meet like we're doing now. We record the whole thing. We take you through step by step and make sure that all the best practices that we know are working for other people, that you have those same things applied to your videos and your business.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So any questions?
The only question I had is, what's like, for example, if I did a video and then I wanted to send it through Gmail, I mean, what's the lag time there, or the upload time? Because I guess it depends on a lot of different factors. But I mean,
depending on a couple things. One would be the speed of your internet. Two would be the length of the video. So if it's a super long video on a really slow internet, it could take some time. I'll go ahead and show you here on mine. What I would do. Actually, let me toss this email and grab a new one. I'll go ahead and show you here what that workflow would look like. So I just give it a click, hit record. We'll do, 15 seconds or so of video. So, hey, I just wanted to actually show you how we would create a video right inside of Gmail, record one, say what we needed to, and then upload it and then send it through. We're going to see how long that whole process takes. And then so at this point, the upload speed would depend on internet and, again, the length of the video. So if it was much longer video, would take whatever longer. And you can see I have all these things set up as a default. So here's an example of a video I created before this, right? This is what the video page looks like automatically because I have default settings set up. So it builds this whole page without me needing to do anything manually.
Okay.
So that's really to help with efficiency as well. You see the buttons are already there, the branding, everything. Terrible video, but anyway, I'm gonna delete this. But yeah, so that is how it works. And then the menu here, this is to make last minute changes to that template. So as you can see, it automatically applied those 3 call to action buttons.
Mm-hmm.
But if I wanted to make last minute changes, I can do that. And if not, I'm okay. I can just hit save. And then now that video is ready to go. Also a terrible thumbnail. So video for Darius, and I would insert that guy. Right. I mean, I know I talked a little bit in between and I switched screens for a second, but that was basically the workflow. It was, 30 seconds maybe, including the time to record the video.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, I said if it's a lot longer video and you're on a slower internet speed, the upload can take a little bit longer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was just curious because I didn't, I've had a couple that I built myself and they kind of lagged a little bit, so I just didn't know if it was
Oh, okay. So that may be actually related to something else. There is a little server issue going around right now. It's intermittent. We're working to try to resolve it as quick as we can. But yeah, some videos are experiencing like a latency. You'll hit play, and instead of playing immediately, they'll have a little loading bar.
Right.
Yeah. No, that you may be experiencing that. Will be very, very temporary issue. Will be resolved probably overnight.
Okay.
So yeah, stay tuned for that. If not within the next 24 to 48, maybe even by midnight tonight. I can't guarantee it, but I know we're very aware of that.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. Anything else? Any other questions?
I don't think so. I mean, I think you pretty much covered everything. I think it's more or less just a matter of me getting in there and playing around with it and, that type of thing and learning a little bit better.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Let me point you in the right direction then. So what we typically have people do, and their own interest, is there's a little video tutorial center. So this little, man, I gotta delete these things. You're terrible. Anyways, this is how you can manage your videos right from your library here. So you don't actually have to click on the video pages. You can copy them, you can share them, or delete them right from this window here. Anyways, video tutorial center. So you open that guy up. That's the little lowercase I icon there.
Gotcha.
And the first one right here, second video actually, is a quick tutorial on Dubb. That's the one I recommend getting started with. It's going to show you how to upload your own logo, how to set up basically this whole page, branding, CTAs, this email signature section, all of it. So that's the place I recommend getting started. And then there's also little bite-sized videos over here for everything else on the site. So if there's a section over here, there's a video for it there. So that's the place I usually recommend to get started beyond that tutorial video. And then next is chat support. So live chat support available right here through Heather. You can also search for articles. So anything, just type in a keyword. If it's a keyword, that's probably all she's going to do for you anyways, just give you the article. Right. So I usually say just throw in the article first, and if you can't find it, then ask her. So chat support, articles, email support, anything you have questions about, any email you're sent, you can reply to. It'll get forwarded to someone live. And then you have my contact information, so feel free to shoot me an email or anything like that. And then, as I mentioned, when you're ready to take advantage of a paid plan, that's when we would schedule your coaching. Still, even if you wanted to jump right into the paid plan, I always recommend watching the tutorial first. And that way, when we connect, it's more about high-level questions, things like strategy, and not just plugging in your email.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's where to get started. And then, as I mentioned, whenever you're ready or you have questions, feel free to reach out. And you're like, hey, I'm ready to really rock and roll with this thing. Just let us know. We can get you booked with your coaching session. We typically meet. I make sure that we kind of do what we did today, except for it's more about the specifics. I'm going to have you share your screen, and we're going to record the whole thing, make sure you know exactly what you're doing. And then I have you send some tests my way. We QA everything, make sure you have 100% confidence about what you're doing. And then we send you off on your way. You get some learnings. We meet again down the road. Based on those learnings, we point you, either say do this, make some suggestions, just keep tweaking it, because it's all about testing to make sure we're getting success.
Absolutely. Very cool.
All right, boss. Well, like I said, if you need anything at all, do not hesitate to reach out. We'll get you taken care of right away. Let me take the screen share off. Anything else for you before we can go?
I don't think so, man. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty excited to get in there and start messing around with it, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. So, I appreciate you spending the time with me, and hopefully I'll see you on the other side, and you'll be doing more coaching for me.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, like I said, whenever you need, if you have any questions, hesitations, or wonder anything, just reach out. We'll get you taken care of, man. We're here for support.
Cool, Darius. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, Chris. All right, buddy. Have a good one. Bye-bye.